By sharing the bread and the cup, we're nourished to be in relationship with each other and with God. The bread and the wine are food for the journey we are all taking together. To drink the cup means, among other things, to be willing to be with each other and with the world. Now, that's harder than it sounds, actually. It means sharing pain as well as joy. It means looking on suffering and loving the sufferer. Oh, that is so hard. It means being present to one another and loving one another with God's own love. Being baptized with Christ's baptism means dying with Christ and being raised with him. Now, I believe that we understand that dying thing. We die to sin, we die to selfishness, we die to estrangement from God and from each other. We know how to die. We got that. But that rising again thing, that is tricky. Are you ready to be raised? Some days I think resurrection is altogether more arduous than anything else the Lord calls us to, simply because it means living in grace. That's the cost of discipleship. Dying and living at the same time, genuinely, with pleasure. Art. Most of you know that lately my life philosophy is becoming simpler and simpler. It's mostly encapsulated by t-shirts. Maybe I'm finally culturally catching up, I don't know. The other day I saw a t-shirt that said, "Don't go out there, it's way too people-y." Personally, I hate being crowded. I hate being with lots of people I don't know, and most of the time what I want is silence and aloneness. It's when I do my best work. And for me, historically, the cost of discipleship is going to diocesan convention. Now, I have to tell you, I have not been for a number of years. Blessed am I. I remember the last time I was there, like perfectly. I also know they make the retired clergy sit way in the back, which is, you know, that I want to sit with those people. They should make us sit in the middle. The last time I went, which was some years ago, I was over at St. Bartholomew's. I woke up early, not as resistant as I usually am to diocesan things, but not looking forward to it too much. And I go by BART to save from the parking hell. And I spent my commute grumping about only other things I had to do and how much I'd rather be doing them than this and how tiresome this whole thing was going to be. Well, you know, that's a surefire way to have a great day, don't you think? Cool world. I prayed for an emergency change of heart while wondering at my own fabulous belief that I should never, ever have to do anything I don't want to do. Don't you love human nature? Honestly, sometimes I'm no better than an 8-year-old. Yeah. Well, convention is convention. No surprise there. I can still tell you why I was right not to want to go. I can still tell you how uncomfortable and crowded it was, how boring, how inhospitable, blah, blah, blah. And that would all be completely true. see you. I remembered and believed that we really are one big old goofy family. I learned a few things that lifted my heart. Altogether, though, I'm sorry to admit that the best part of convention for me that year was sneaking out the back door with a couple of parishioners and making our escape through the dark service stairs, making jokes about the vampire exit. That and sitting alone in our great cathedral for a while just praying, those were the good bits. Sometimes the cost of discipleship is just putting one foot in front of the other, doing what we're supposed to do. No special delight, no surprise lollipop for being a good girl, just stepping through the day because it's what God wants you to do. And you know what? That's really okay. It's no good trying to fool God, you know. You can fool your neighbor, your colleagues, you can even fool yourself, but you can't fool God. God knows your heart, maybe better than you know it yourself. And the cost of discipleship is that that heart should be changed. That's all. Change. Like those times when I start out crabby and I allow God to change me into a tired but cheerful person at the end of the day. Change. I think so often we come to God and tell him what we think he'd like to hear from us. We ask him for what we think we ought to want, but we're often reluctant to talk with God about what's really on our minds. We say, "Oh Lord, please bring the world peace and feed all the hungry people," when we really should be saying things like, "Lord, I'm so worried about paying my taxes, and I feel very unhappy about the fight I had with my brother-in-law last week." When we start to pray from the heart, instead of from the head or the ego, then we're offering God something to work with. And God will work with it. Believe it. You will be changed. It's like the difference between steering a car that is moving forward versus steering one that is stopped. If your car is stopped, you can turn that steering wheel as much as you want to, but the car is not going to change direction. When the car is in motion, changing direction is easy. When the car is standing still, it's very difficult to get it to change direction. Okay. You're the car. When you're honest with God, you're moving, and you and God can dialogue together. Once you're moving, God will adjust your direction toward himself. You don't need to worry about that. And if you're not moving at all, it gets to be very difficult for God to help you change the direction of your life. Some mornings my car is stuck on I don't wanna. I don't keep it to myself either. I tell God, I don't wanna. And God says, "Carly, honey, I hear you, but go anyway." And I say, "Okay, but I won't like it." And God says, "That's okay. You don't have to like it. You just have to go." And so I go. And sometime in the journey and in the day, my direction becomes adjusted to where it was okay to be there and do that. It's in dialogue with God that we are changed and conformed to the image of Christ. So keep talking and tell the truth. even if it isn't becoming. In the letter to the Hebrews, the author says that God knows us through and through. And it also says God understands all there is to know about being human. The Lord sympathizes with our weakness and celebrates our strength and keeps with us every step of our journey. And Hebrews also tells us to approach the throne of God, the throne of grace, with boldness because of God's great love for us. Lift your heads high. So today, I invite you to approach the throne of grace, pull up a chair, sit, have a cup of tea with the creator of the universe, and tell him exactly what's on your mind. If you want to be first in the kingdom, like James and John, say so. Whatever you want, talk about it. Don't be shy. You cannot impress God. Isn't that a funny idea? It is. God's, oh my goodness, never happened. But once you begin talking with God, your spiritual car is moving, and God will adjust your direction to be on the path of discipleship. You will be changed. But you might even like it. Who knows? Just keep talking.